your reaction to criticism. Tribune editorial used the term irascible. How much of this do you think might have to do with the fact that you're a woman, and specifically a black woman?
About 99% of it.
Expand on that.
Well, I mean, look at my predecessors. Did people say that Rich Daley held tea sessions with people that he didn't disagree on? Rahm Emanuel was a polite guy who was a uniter? No. Women and people of color are always held to a different standard. I understand that. I've known that my whole life. And the Tribune or whoever can write what they want. What I'm doing is fighting for the residents of the city. I'm an advocate. I'm going to continue fighting. Obviously, we need to be focused on uniting people as much as we can. But I was elected and ran on disrupting the status quo. And when you do—
Yes, welcome back. Lightfoot blames election laws on racism and sexism, says I'm a black woman in America. Recently, according to this article published by the Gateway Pundit, Lightfoot came in third place with just 17.1% of the vote. Former Chicago Public School CEO Paul Vallas came in first with 33.95%. Cook County Commissioner Brandon Johnson came in second with 20.32%. The mayor was speaking to reporters about loss on Tuesday evening when one of them asked if she had been treated unfairly during her campaign. I'm a black woman in America. Of course, Lightfoot replied. Lightfoot had expressed similar frustration during interviews with a New Yorker in February. I am a black woman. Let's not forget certain folks, frankly, don't support us in leadership roles, Lightfoot had told the magazine. She also blamed criticism of her own racism and sexism in 2021. I don't understand why this is always surfacing. She lost election recently. She is bringing up this issue of skin color that she lost because of racism, which is totally insane. I don't accept this. She has done a lot of things that we have seen, we have reported throughout. Now she is coming with flimsy excuses, to put forth on her loss, which is insane. This kind of blame games is always something with Democrats I have seen for a very long time.
Now we know what happened with the Supreme Court yesterday. And if you read Clarence Thomas' concurrence, he said, thank you, fuck Clarence Thomas.
Thank you, Clarence Thomas!
He thinks we are going to stand idly by when they take our rights, our right to marry, our right to have children, our right to—
All right, this is a Fox News alert I think most of you here and at home are going to like. Big news from Chicago and the mayoral race, with 87% of the vote now reporting incumbent Mayor Lori Lightfoot is losing by a significant margin. She is now in third place behind two other Democrats with only 16% of the vote. Now, keep in mind, with no majority, this race will head to a runoff between the top two candidates. Right now, she's in position number 3, as you can see. So we got to pull for Brandon Johnson. So sort of like, let's go, Brandon.
Look at what's happening to Mayor Lori Lightfoot. She is being kicked out of being the mayor of Chicago, and hopefully they finish the job because she doesn't deserve that position. She ruined that city with crime, and Buckhead is fed up with it.
I'm hoping she gets her ass kicked tonight and loses. I really am. Sorry, I'm just being honest.
Me too.
Let me ask you this.
I can just imagine the number of people that have been praying that they should kick her out, and now your prayers have been answered. When you take a look at this mayor, sometimes I used to wonder who actually voted her into office. I will read out this article so you can understand exactly what happened. I know you might have seen this case. I just pray the new mayor can bring a change in Chicago because what I've seen in the past years is devastating. If you look at the level of crime, homelessness, I don't even want to go into the statistics because you already know where I'm diving to. According to this article, Lightfoot is out as Chicago Mayor. Vallas and Johnson advance to run up. Lightfoot is officially out as Chicago's most recent one-term mayor. One term. That is to tell you how terrible she is. Lightfoot was in third place as Tuesday's mayoral contest came to a close, and despite the some 100,000 mail-in vote left to count, there was no way for her to clear the gap between herself and the two frontrunners. Lightfoot conceded defeat as the election day drew to a close. According to the Chicago Tribune, a visible shaken Lightfoot conceded race just before 9 p.m. and said she will be rooting and praying for our next mayor to deliver for the people of the city for the years to come. The city papers reported, and I have the video I'm going to play so you can see exactly what she said. Obviously, we didn't win the election today, but I stand here with my head high and heart full of gratitude. Lightfoot said she further claimed that her administration made real progress on public safety, which is a big lie. What public safety is she talking about?
Let me just do this. So thank you and thank everyone so much. I feel a lot of love in this room as I've felt every step of the way on this journey. I've called Brandon Johnson and Paul Vallas to congratulate them on their victories in advancing to the runoffs. We were fierce competitors in these last few months, but I will be rooting and praying for our next mayor to deliver for the people of the city for years to come. Thank you.
It's a big lie. What public safety is she talking about? Totally insane. Lightfoot was saved during the 2020 riot in Chicago that led to the defund the police movement, and a massive uptick in crime in the Windy City has been rebuked by voters. Instead, Paul Vallas and Branson Johnson, neither of whom were able to gain more than 50% of the vote, will face a runoff on April 4th. During her tenure in office, homicide in Chicago spiked to the highest number.
Dark. You went on a taxpayer-funded tax. This is a very important question. It's a very important question. Chicagoans are asking me to ask you.
Or we're going to move on.
Absolutely.
You don't get to give a 5-minute speech
every single time. I've sat here for an hour or two listening to speeches. I don't understand why. This is a question that the people of Chicago want to ask.
Ask the question, or we're turning off your mic.
Absolutely.
Ask the question.
Right. You went on a taxpayer-funded business trip to Paris, a party in Paris with your donors.
Please ask your question, William.
What is the actual plan now? Okay, we have crime is up, arrests are down, suicides, police suicides spiking. What is your plan finally?